This episode's brought to you by the Lawn Ranger. Look, they are a licensed landscaping business. They specialize in residential projects. You need to give them a call. You can call them at 601-624-9006, or you can visit them at lawnrangerhubcity.com. Their company pays special attention to the details of every landscaping project to ensure the complete satisfaction of each client. Their goal is to enhance the exterior of your home, raise your property value, and beautify your whole neighborhood. So give them a call, 624-9006, or lawnrangerhubcity.com. This episode is pretty special, man. This is the first time I got to interview someone not in the senior class or not on the faculty or staff. It's Cooper Mercier. Guy's got a great energy, and the reason he's on the show today is because I was thinking to myself, who could I interview next? And he said that day, when am I going to be on the show? Man, he's got a great energy. It's really fun getting to talk to somebody who's playing multiple sports and is really serious about his academic career as well. I hope you enjoy, and make sure you like, subscribe, share. Cooper Mercier, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great. What's up?
Dude, it's good to have you here. How you been?
Yeah, I've been doing well. I've been, waiting to get on this podcast, and pretty exciting stuff. Never seen a microphone like this before.
When did you know that you were ready to be on this show?
I listened to Ethan Misich's, and man, I was like, him and Coach Bella, I was like laughing so hard watching those. And I listen to podcasts all the time, and I was thinking, like, man, I want to go on that. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I like how you just came out and said it. I think y'all were doing yoga one day. Eli Bullock. I like Eli Bullock. He's pretty cool. And you said, hey, when could I be on the show? And I think there's something to be said for somebody who and you were polite. You weren't rude. You were polite and excited. I think there's something to be said for somebody who sticks themselves out there and and it's just positive, man. I like your energy. So what's it like being a ninth grader now that you've been here in the building since 7th grade, but now you're like really a part of the high school? What's that feel like?
It feels normal. Like 7th grade, coming here in 7th grade was probably like what I would have felt like if I was at like another school, a bigger one. Because, 7th grade was almost like being a freshman, but I wasn't. So, being a freshman now, it just feels like same old, whatever, nothing special. And, yeah.
It's not as big of a deal. It's not as big of a jump. Because academically, it's a big jump. But socially, you don't have to adjust to new surroundings.
Yeah, because, I know all my teachers still. I've had them for, a couple years now. The same students, just same people, same everything, usually. Nothing's changed a lot.
So you feel comfortable?
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. So now, speaking of being comfortable, I know a lot of people haven't felt that way this year with COVID. What's it been like? Take me through, even last year, so the end of your 8th grade year, not being able to come back from spring break.
Yes.
What was that like, not having school and then coming back and doing the whole mask thing?
I'll start here. So we're at school before spring break, and they're saying, this is when COVID's spreading and everyone's shutting down. They're like, we are probably not going to shut down, but we may have to. So they're leading everyone through what's going to happen if we have to shut down. And it was spring break, and I had to go to a wedding. So it was my cousin's wedding, and we were there, and we were in Natchez with my grandparents, and it was just a great time because we were all standing there, and my older brother, he's in med school. So he's like, well, they just sent out, and we have classes canceled for however so long. I don't remember it. But, they had a lot more time off. And then my mom got a message and was like, spring break is extended by a week. And then my cousin also works for the mayor. And, so she can feed me a lot of information about all that stuff. And she said, yeah, y'all are probably not going back to school. And I was so excited because everyone was thinking we only had one more week, and I'm sitting there, I'm waiting, and she's like, that school gets canceled completely. And then it was great. Because I wasn't sleeping, like, I wasn't going to bed early preparing. I was staying up late. I was like, we're not going back.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you said that because I know you're being honest.
Uh-huh.
You know, you're not making up some answer. Like, I know you're being honest. Yeah, okay, so at first, honestly, that's kind of how I felt. Where I'm like, man, you could teach online. I mean, the hours aren't as stringent as actually being here. But then after a while, I was like, oh, okay. But this means we miss out on all the cool things that we may like. You know, you don't have to be there as much. Maybe the hours are more lenient. But now, like, the stuff you actually want to do, the cool stuff, like graduation or prom, I mean, that wouldn't be your age bracket yet, but just the cool things that happened kind of got canceled. So whenever we're going into I mean, did you feel that way? Did you, like, kind of get sick of it, or you want to, like, see your friends, or?
Well, so I was staying up till like 5 a.m. playing video games with my friends. So, I mean, the friend part wasn't, but I was just getting so sick of, like, you know, just being inside all the time. Like, I wanted to go out. You know, I wanted to see people. I wanted to do things. Because my mom worked with COVID, and my whole me, my sister, my little brother, my dad had to quarantine. Because, you know, this is when it was new. No one really knew what it did. So we quarantined in a farmhouse for about a month or so. Mm-hmm. So we were out there, you know, there's no internet. Like, we had a TV, like this little box TV, had like 4 channels on it. And it was like the Food Network. And some other stuff. Oh, yeah, it was like some FBI criminal thing that we watched all the time. But, yeah, and then, like, the online, I was not learning well with online. I just couldn't do it.
I can appreciate somebody like you you like to have fun, man. You value that in your life. I'm right there with you. So it definitely helps to have somebody kind of keeping you in a certain lane.
Yeah.
So now, the other thing is, how are you dealing with school this year? Like,
I've had probably the best grades I've had in a while, and that's because, you know, I've been an AB student, but almost like more of B's, and, you know, math. I never did good in math, but it's weird. This year I'm taking geometry, and I've actually done the best I've done in the past since like 5th grade in math. And, you know, just you get to a point, like, the fun, all that stuff, you know, it's great, but, like, you know, you got to realize there are more important things. So I was like, you know, I need to actually start working hard on my school.
Well, and it sets you up for a lot of things in your adult life, too. So even though you're really young, there's things you can do right now, because all the grades you have now go on your official transcript, which determines where you go to college. I mean, I think that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody your age, but that's just the reality of the situation.
Yep.
So that's good that you realize that. So another thing, too, being back in school means we have sports. And I know you're a big-time athlete. So you play basketball, you play baseball. Am I missing anything?
Play football.
Football as well.
But this season, I, like, broke my hand, and my doctor said I, like, can't do anything with it, or else we would have to go to surgery if it gets messed up more. And my dad, you know, no one wants to have a surgery done, so.
Yeah, especially on your hand.
Yeah, like in my right hand, like that's what I write with and do everything with. So, you know, I learned how to do a few things left-handed.
So you don't have to have surgery on it though? You're good?
No, I'm good. Okay. I'm good now. I can play football next year.
Okay, nice. What position do you play in football?
This year, coach had me at defensive end. A blocking tight end, and there was one more.
What do you think?
Oh, yeah, long snapper.
Long snapper. Oh man,
they needed a long snapper.
What do you think about playing both sides of the ball? You know, because we're a small school, we don't have 100-man roster.
Honestly, I think it's like a great way to develop you mentally, because, like, you know, most schools, they got a big football team, so, you know, usually people only have one position on one side. But, like, if you're because if you've ever played 2 sides of football, it's hard, and it takes a lot on your body. But I think that just makes everyone work harder, honestly, because, like, having to learn multiple positions, having to play both sides of the ball, it's just a better overall thing for your body and your mind. So
I think it would give you an advantage if you wanted to go into coaching as well, because you know.
I've seen both sides, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't just play wide receiver. You know, you played a lot of different positions, and Yeah, man, that's awesome. So we got basketball season. We're in the middle of basketball season. What do you have to say? But I heard you like to flex sometimes.
Oh yes,
that's what your dad told me.
I'm gonna be honest. I stink at basketball. I'm so bad. Okay. Football. I can read defense well in football.
Okay.
In offense, but it comes to basketball, I'm so uncoordinated. Like I can't dribble. Okay, I can't shoot. Like everything else is fine, but basketball. And it's like it runs in my family, except for my sister. She's better at basketball than me, which is kind of sad.
She's a great basketball
player. I know
player,
she's awesome. But my older brother couldn't play basketball. My second older brother quit. He didn't like it, and I'm playing it because I like sports, but I'm not good. But that shot I made, that was all. Hey, and that's another thing is when I score in basketball, I embrace that moment because I don't get many of those opportunities.
Do you know who Joakim Noah is?
Who?
Joakim Noah. Check him out. He played for University of Florida, played for the Bulls for a while. Anyway, he celebrated every dunk like crazy face. That's you, man. You're him. You don't even know it. So you get to Google that with fresh eyes. Basketball is a different sport. It's continuous. There's no breaks. Football, it's you stop, talk about what you're gonna do, and then do it, and then you stop. Same thing. Now I know you're a big time baseball player. Same thing with baseball, but where it's not continuous necessarily. Mm-hmm. So baseball season's coming up. Are you taking BP yet? Like what? How does that work leading into the spring? Because last year we had an incredible baseball team. We were we're undefeated for 13 games.
We went 9-1.
That's crazy.
I know, it's the best record we've had.
And that's the other thing, what's it like going into that baseball season now, knowing last year that it was taken away from you, through no fault of your own?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing, we have gotten a lot better since last year, and we were all mad that baseball season because that season, everything was clicking. Like I don't know, it was just. Something was happening. We were hitting the ball. We had good pitching, but we had people like Ryan. Dude, he's got a cannon. That kid, I'm scared. I wouldn't want to be hitting against him. But yeah, we have people like him pitching. We have everyone's been going out to the complex and hitting. So I think we'll be even better. And I think we want it even more. We want to win even more because last season it was just shit from us. And we all thought we were going to go deep and. Felt that way. It was probably going to be that way, but
there was a lot of excitement around it, and it was definitely fun to be out at the complex when y'all were playing. What do you think the difference Coach Watkins brings?
Well, he said this one thing when he first came. He goes, if there's only one kid that wants to come out here and hit, I'll come out here and sit with him. So that means that he is willing, to work with everyone. He's not lazy. He loves the game, and he wants everyone to be good. And he literally just he just sits in a chair and watches us hit. So I don't know, and he critiques you and he gives you advice, and he's just a great guy as well. And he really cares about his players.
That's that's not a coincidence that y'all were doing so well, and you have that. We talked about energy. We talked about you having positive energy. Don't lose that, man. That's pretty impressive. Well, it's impressive that he's been able to keep that energy over such a long period of time. That's not easy to do. So man, what else is up? Give me the scoop on being a ninth grader at Sacred Heart.
Well,
a freshman. I'm sorry, ninth grader sounds. I don't like how it sounds.
I don't know. Freshman, yeah, ninth grade. Well, it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. And that's just kind of is with every grade, you think it's going to be difficult and then you get into it and nah, what is this? But a freshman, I don't know, just for me it's just one more grade. Mm-hmm. It's not really anything special to me. I did get my permit.
Oh, nice.
So that's cool.
That's awesome. So you driving around town now?
Yeah, a few times. It's a big stressor on your mind. I understand why people hate driving so much.
You get used to it. It becomes, I've felt the same way, man. So I guess for younger people watching this, 8th grade and below, maybe your message would be to be prepared, but not to freak out about going into ninth grade?
Yeah, you gotta, like, it's not, everyone, it's just what I say, everyone thinks it's a big step. It's just, they're all just small steps, you know, because one grade feeds into the next grade. That's how it works. So, people may feel different, but in my opinion, just if you do what you need to do, you'll be fine. And that's how it is for everything.
Amen, brother. Hey, on that note, I think it's time to play questions about you. You ready?
Yeah, totally. Let's go.
Isn't this going great? Cooper's doing such a good job. So proud of that guy. Make sure you like and subscribe, though. You gotta share it. Please share it. Please. All right, Coop. What is your favorite color?
I like red. I don't know, something about that color just, I don't know. Well, red means power. And I don't know. It's just I don't know.
I'm a red guy too, man.
It's just a cool color. I don't know what well, and yellow on cars, but red in general.
Gotcha. So you're a Bumblebee fan?
Yeah, I love bumblebees.
No, like
I know what you're saying.
Okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, red. They say like if you go into a job interview or like they tell politicians on TV to wear a red tie because it subconsciously tells people that person has power. So there you go. I'm a red. Everybody else has said blue so far, so you're the first one. And I mean I love blue.
Blue's just so basic. Everyone says blue.
Red
is overlooked. No one pays attention how great the color red is.
That's what we're doing here at the Crusaders, bringing attention to the color red. Okay, quit sleeping on red. All right, what's your favorite animal?
Oh, let me think. I know. I like the gorilla. I like a lot of animals. I like, bad animals like the gorilla and like tigers and lions. But, I like the pretty ones too, like the peacock and all those. The ones that, just, I love animals, dude. But if I were to be an animal, I'd be a gorilla because them things they got energy like me.
Yeah, and no one would mess with you. Well, I still don't think anyone's really going to mess with you, but I totally get that. All right. What would be the theme song of your life? Now, it doesn't have to be a theme song from a show. It could be just any song. If your life was a show, what would the theme song be?
It would Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve.
Wow.
That was, my dad used to record. So, Jacob, my older brother, Jacob Mercier, he was a great soccer player, and my dad put his highlight reel together, and on it was, that song Bittersweet Symphony was playing throughout it, and my mom cries every time she hears it. But I don't know, it's just such a great song. It's our family's kind of, like my dad will play it when he's home, and it's just a great song.
So it reminds you of your family.
Reminds me of my older brother, and my older brother, I look up to him a lot because he was a great athlete, and he just did what he wanted to do. He didn't follow anyone, and he's a great example for me, and it's just a great song.
Man, that's awesome. Wow. That's like a really good
And
answer.
It's so beautiful too, dude. If you ever listen to it, it's
that's a great
something
song.
else.
We're not going to sing it because we don't want to get copyright hit. But yeah, it's really good. It's awesome. All right, which TV sitcom or show like on Netflix that would you star in?
Breaking Bad, just because I love that show. Like I've seen it twice now.
Really? Breaking Bad always made me feel it was too good of a show. It stressed me out because then I felt like it felt too real.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's because the characters, because they put actors and actresses that are, super attractive. They just put people that look like normal people in there.
Yeah.
It's just, I know. I just love that show.
Yeah.
Or Ink Master.
Yeah.
Have you seen that show? It's a tattoo competition, and they just
really
they give like 6 hours to tattoo something on somebody.
And who agrees to having?
Well, these people are insane. Like these people are so good. And I don't know. It's a cool show.
Yeah, it's satisfying. I can see that. I wouldn't want to get a tattoo in 6 hours though. That's for sure.
It sounds painful as well.
You don't have any tattoos, do you?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, how would your friends describe you?
Funny, loud. I don't know, kind of
Funny.
maybe like a little too real. Like I just kind of tell them how it is, I guess, a lot of the time.
I feel like you don't have much of a filter.
Yeah, that's very accurate.
Yeah.
I kind of just say what comes off the top of my head or how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I don't really. That's probably bad.
I think those three things, because I'm the same way. My filter's not great. I think I'm funny. I don't know. And I'm definitely loud. So those three things together, they tend to you usually don't have one of those. You usually have all three or none of them.
Yeah.
So I could totally see that. Okay, what's your favorite food?
I love eating. So this is also hard. Let's see. I love crawfish. Actually, I love seafood. I could eat crawfish all day.
Mm-hmm, same.
It's just, I don't know. It's awesome. It's probably my favorite. That and chicken, fried chicken.
Yeah.
Those are two great foods right there.
Yeah.
I should eat them if you haven't.
If you don't like crawfish or fried chicken, I mean, I'm not really sure what your deal is.
And also, the little brother's allergic to seafood, so can't eat crawfish all the time like we used to.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah, I know. I'm dying. I need it.
Sorry, little bro. Okay. Who is your hero and why?
I have my dad is like my mentor, but like my hero is like Conor McGregor or Conor McGregor, and I would say Tom Brady, because both of those people had to work, because Tom Brady was picked in the 6th round. No one thought he was going to be anything. And Conor McGregor, have you seen Notorious? It's on Netflix.
No, I haven't seen it.
You need to go watch that. It's a documentary about Conor McGregor, and it's just such a great movie because he goes from being poor, like he's working every day. He just has a great mentality and just a great work ethic, and like great energy like I do, with like flexing muscles and all that.
I can see why you like Conor McGregor for sure. Yeah, he was like a plumber's apprentice. Maybe it was Notorious. I saw something about how he came up and found the dojo and or found the gym and was that kind of saved him. He felt lost until he found mixed martial arts. So, yeah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, what is your most treasured possession?
Myself. No, I'm playing. That's not true.
You're self-possessed.
I guess my family. My family, because nothing really. We have a quote in our house. You know one of those like long stick things. You know what I'm talking about? That people hang on like the refrigerator or their door, and some teachers have them. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a piece of wood, and it has like a quote engraved in it.
Okay. And
it says, family is everything. Everything else is everything else. So, Coach Ed taught me this, that, you're supposed to have God, family, school, sports, and friends. And family is just so important to me. I want to be successful so I can give back to my family, just because, my family's great, a bunch of great people, and my mom and dad are great parents. So, shout out to Casey and Becky Mercier. I love you.
Man, that's awesome, man. And it's great that you realize that at this age, too, because there's some people that go their whole lives without really realizing what their family has given them and the power that you have in having a family, Yeah. Because not everybody's that lucky. Yeah. So that's awesome that you recognize.
I'm very lucky to have the family I have.
It's that's awesome that you recognize that. All right, so keeping with the tone here, how do you want to be remembered? My dream would be to be the greatest pitcher in Major League Baseball history. Just because I love pitching. I love I love everything about it. And I want to be known as someone that worked hard in everything I did. I'm very motivated, very energetic. And not only that, but I gave back to people that didn't have what I had when I grew up. So, I want to be successful, not just for my own
personal things, but for my family's name especially, and other people who aren't as, who aren't as gifted as me, and everyone that goes to Sacred Heart and stuff,
Right, you want to help those less fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty admirable, man. And I don't know. I think this is really cool to kind of get to see this side of you, because honestly, I wouldn't really get to see this side of you if we hadn't sat down and done this.
Yeah, that's a lot of people say with it.
But that's the thing, man. I think it's important to try and sit down and get to know people. It doesn't have to be with all this stuff.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I know,
but it doesn't have to be that. So that's really cool that that's what you want to do. And man, I thank you so much for sitting down and taking the time, and I thank you for hollering at me. I know a bunch of people are going to be hollering at me now that you made it popular.
Starting a revolution, man.
Hey, keep the energy you have. Keep your head on your shoulders, man, and keep your family close, and you'll go far.
Mm-hmm.
You did great. This is awesome.
Dude, I was waiting. I love this thing. This is awesome. I want to go on it again.